Hello, John Marshall, the DrillMaster. This is Brazil's military Independence Day parade. And this is for, 2023. All right, so fairly recent. Anyway, let's get into, and thanks for all the comments and views so far on these international marching techniques. International for me, not necessarily you, the viewer, but I get to learn a lot. And I love the comments that are answering my questions. I really do appreciate it very much. So, medical corps, I would assume, since we have the Red Cross there in the flag. Boy, the marching style is, I would describe it, if I had to define the terms here, I would describe this as the bent knee goose step. It looks quite Prussian as well. Not Russian, but Prussian with the P. Actually, where my family is from. It's a higher step. You can see here many very pigeon-toed individual there. Many lifting the foot quite high, but still keeping that knee bent and then slapping the foot down. And it seems to be some of the countries that I've noticed, they'll get into the very a much more formal step technique with an eyes right or left, as the case may be. So, but this seems to be the step for the Brazilian military. Hi, Scout. So I'll skip through here. This is 43 minutes of marching. We don't need to spend 43 minutes watching marching. And you definitely don't want to hear me talk for 43 minutes, I'm quite sure. Well, and if I could read Brazilian Portuguese, that might make sense to me. Oh, nice. And so, look at the spearheads here. Spears, actually, with a ball there, but then the spearhead on top. And I noticed the hand as well. Both hands, if they're free, both hands are a blade, fingers extended and joined. And then it's a little less adhered to in some of the formations. Got to pause just for a sec. Okay. But you can see it looks to me to be a labored walk. Especially for some, with the now, we have a let's go back to this. It looks like a captain here. Let's go back to this captain coming up. As we walk, as we march, we have what's called a walking base. You can say that it's also a marching base. And as we bring our feet forward, the space in between, measured from the inside foot to the inside foot, there, the space in between is natural for us. It just, it depends on how far apart our hips are set and the angle of the leg, etc. But look at this, how a laborious walk with this captain. It just does not look comfortable, and it looks like he has a very wide foot placement. Oh, interesting. A alternating arm swing out in front and across. And it looks like fist brought up like this instead of what I'm used to, the thumb coming to the front. So thumb pointing to the left and then coming across the body with a flared hand. Oh, that's interesting. Now I wonder what core that is, what unit that is. Because then here we have most likely Army, I would guess, and they seem to have regular arm swing, except for this gentleman here, who seems to be going all out with the bent elbows and a much more aggressive step than the others. And I would say for a long parade that this kind of step, the constant smacking of the feet, is just not sustainable very long. Or you just have really achy feet at the end of the parade. You can see very different arm swing throughout the formations. Police. Oh, military police. And again, you can see some have the arm swing with the. It's just all over the place. Honestly, it's. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I hear a drum beat in the distance, which is why everybody is, or how everybody is staying in step. But it sounds like it's coming on the right foot, whereas I'm used to left foot. So that makes me wonder, what foot do they lead with when they first start off? When the Brazilian military are given forward march, is it left foot first? Well, they're not marching. Alright, so let's skip forward, see if we can find... Hey, here's some horses. Alright. It's okay, Scout. I have to go check out what he's barking at. So... Oh, nice! A formal uniform. Alright, so I'll be right back, and we'll try and decipher what unit this is. Okay, so... it looks like... Yeah. So either that's a miniature sword, kind of a ceremonial type sword. I wonder if I wasn't really paying attention earlier. Another unit was marching with a small item in their hands. So now here we have a regular sword, and then the commander here of the unit seems to have a sword as well. So I wonder if it's for ceremonial purposes, and I'm not talking necessarily about used in ceremonies. I'm thinking it's more of maybe this is a group of cadets from the academy, and they are given these swords until they graduate to the real sword, something like that. Looks like we're getting into first responders as well. Mountain rescue, maybe. Yeah, all kinds. All kinds of people marching through. And here we have a couple of different units. All right. Looked like a law enforcement badge on one of the one of the flags there. That's got to be much more comfortable for a bass drummer. Having been a drummer in high school and college, I'm used to the swinging out this way. More traditional, at least from my perspective. And another band. So they don't march with the that very different step. And I'm glad. It would be extraordinarily difficult on the embouchure. So Brazil then is another country that carries their colors over the shoulder. Nothing wrong with that. It's just an observation that we don't do that. We find it, we Americans, I should say, we find it inappropriate for our, but that's, it's a cultural thing. All kinds of countries do that. Now we can see the marching technique. I'm going to guess that was the Navy, the Air Force. Now we have the Army, quite possibly, judging by the color of the berets. So it's a little more professional in application of marching style. The techniques used. Yeah, UN, it looks like maybe they're back from a UN deployment or something. Huh, interesting. Well, so 14 minutes of me learning something about the Brazilian marching technique. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.